Rejoice, everyone. We're back with another Sekhie Reacts to Fate. Today, Nursery Rhyme. Pleasant Servant.
Yeah. Well, not that I know much about the servant yet, but nursery rhymes. So, nursery rhymes is not a person. Nursery rhymes are a concept. It's poems or songs that are told to children, and children often recite them. It happened a lot in the 18th and 19th century, and so a really famous example of them are the Mother Goose rhymes, right? And the Mother Goose rhymes are actually, so there are some stories on who Mother Goose may have been based on, but different people say different things, and Mother Goose is very similar to Mother Hubbard, and Mother Hubbard was in a bunch of nursery rhymes written by Edward Spencer, right? And so there is like a story about like a woman named Mary Goose, but you know, there's no actual proof that this is the Mother Goose, so you know, you never know. But there are tales of the Mother Goose, which include a bunch of different kind of stories and rhymes and that sort of thing. A lot of these you've heard of. I've actually, in a different tab over here, oh god, that was... So I went looking up some like really famous nursery rhymes, right? Because I know a lot, right? These are things that like you wouldn't remember necessarily until someone like talked to you about them, but you definitely remember them, you know? This is not where I wanted to be. Why are you open? I don't need you. Yeah. Jesus. So there's a lot of English ones that American-speaking children will know. Children that grow up speaking English or, you know, people who grow up in America. I mean, there's the ABC song, which technically counts as a nursery rhyme. I don't know some of these just because I never note them, but...
B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N-G-O.
And Bingo was his name. See what I mean? You remember these. Ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. 1 for my master and 1 for my dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. Yeah. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. I remember this one a lot from when I was a child. Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush on a cold and frosty morning. And you're typically like you're dancing and in a circle and singing. There's also the Cat and the Fiddle.
Hey diddle diddle.
The cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
All the king's horses and all the king's men.
Couldn't put Humpty together again.
Yep. There's also the Hush Little Baby, Don't Say a Word. Papa's Gonna Buy You a Mockingbird, which is used a lot in modern media. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. There was like a hand thing to go with it, and I don't remember that. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Aren't you a non-depressive little bitch? The Cincy Spider went up. I mean, so this is stuff that children know. Jack and Jill. You know, the 5 little ducks I remember. The 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Mary had a little lamb. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posies. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. I'm fairly certain that this one, according to some people, this is in reference to a disease in Britain. Like, it's something that children would sing about the disease.
So that's just like like imagine you walk into a town like that's mostly like children. They're just singing that song.
Yeah, well, because I think it's a specific... I remember reading somewhere. Let's see. Here we go. It's likely a false folk etymology. But supposedly, like, people used to tell the story that it was related to a disease for like Spanish influenza, basically. But we don't actually know if that's the case. But I remembered hearing that. So I pulled out another one that's, you know, not necessarily English, but you might know, is that, you know, the Alouette song? Alouette, alouette, je te
Yeah.
brumerai, je te brumerai l'été, je te brumerai l'été. Yeah, so that's another one, technically. We even have them, I grew up with a few in Russian. I remember Bayushki Bayu. There's a haunting horror version of this that I listened to. But this is the Cossack lullaby. I remember this from when I was a kid. Rockabye Baby, Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Let's see. Yeah, the Grand Old Duke of York. You know what? You know what's a fun one is Remember the 5th of November. That's the start of an old nursery rhyme. I don't remember the rest of it because I didn't grow up with that one, but it definitely is. And then they're the sort of thing that you find like in a lot of children's books. Like this one, this treasury has The House That Jack Built, The Owl and the Pussycat, Girls and Boys Come Out to Play, and Goosey Goosey Gander, Whither Shall You Wander, Upstairs and Downstairs and In My Lady's Chamber. I remember that one from when I was a kid. I didn't even have to turn to the page and I remembered the whole first thing. This has a few as well. The Children's Treasury book. That's the wrong book. That one was just pulled out accidentally. But yeah, so basically nursery rhymes are just this construct that, children learn to learn. And just little rhymes to kind of keep children occupied or describe something. This old man, knick-knack, paddywhack.
Knick-knack, paddywhack.
Give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
I'm famous, Sekhie.
For all the wrong reasons. Anyways, yeah. So I had some tabs open separately like a while back. That's why I opened them. But yeah. I mean, I don't know if you necessarily... Oh yeah, Alice in Wonderland. So apparently The Servant has a lot to do with Alice in Wonderland?
Yes, we're actually going to be talking about that a lot today.
Okay, I've read Alice's Adventure. I've read Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah, I have both pages pulled up, but you can...
Yeah. So I've read these two. This is what my hint at the end of last episode was referring to. For those of you that didn't get it, although I think it would be very hard not to get it, it was the first verse of Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll about the Jabberwocky. And I really like Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. Although, once again, an example of a book that had a lot darker kind of theming and imagery before Disney got a hold of it, and then it became very, very famous and popular.
Then it became dark again when they handed it to Tim Burton.
I know, and I kind of like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bring back the Jabberwock and the fucking... The Vorpal Blade, the Vorpal Knight. I couldn't remember the word Vorpal because it's nonsense words.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom says that when they translated it into Russian, they made up new Russian nonsense words that fit the rhyme scheme. I think a lot of languages do that.
Well, I'm sure they would. That's the kind of thing you do to preserve the experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Alice in Wonderland is the story about a girl who falls through a rabbit hole into Wonderland and then goes on adventures with various different characters, like the Mad Hatter. She's chased by the Jabberwocky at one point. There's an evil queen, Tweedledum, Tweedledee. All sorts of fun stuff. And no, I'm not going to go over the books because I think you should go read them. Also, they're long books. I don't.
They're
wanna
also
go over
mostly
them.
nonsense.
Yeah.
They're fun nonsense, but they're mostly
fun.
Nonsense.
Yeah. All right. So where do you want me to go next?
So before we get into Nursery Rhyme, I need to introduce you to her master.
Okay.
So we're going to be meeting Alice.
It's like Alice in... Is this a doll?
No. It's just the art style.
Oh, because she has ball joint bearings.
Does she now?
At her knees and her wrists and her elbows?
Interesting.
Those are... Well, if it would load. Oh, no.
You broke it.
Oh. Yeah. Ankle, knee.
There might be something lore-wise going on there. Actually, so I've never played Fate Extra, so I'm going mostly off here, like, what I could research, what I could find. Alice is a young girl who...
Oh! Okay. Alice grew up in England.
Yeah.
And she was injured at the end of an air raid in World War II.
Yep.
She was kept alive for research purposes. A few years after that, her physical body died, but her mind was connected to
the moon cell.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a ghost, basically, in the moon cell.
So this is probably just a created body.
Yeah. She would end up becoming a master within the moon cell during the Grail War itself, and that's where she would summon Nursery Rhyme. So I just wanted to introduce you here because this is... Namely, I just needed you to see her design first. So, why don't you click... before?
It's very Alice in Wonderland.
So if you click into the next tab...
This one?
Yep. Oops, scroll up. Sorry, that's the bottom of the Nursery Rhyme. They look the same. Go to the Grand Order Wiki up there. So, Nursery Rhyme is normally presented as a floating book.
Oh. Look! The flowers! They're so mean. And the giant mushrooms? Oh, okay. Aw. Look at that. Reading a book about herself. Where's the Cheshire Cat? Oh, there's the Mad Hatter. We're late, late. Oh, and the potions, the 2 potions, and all the cakes and the key.
You're seeing the Alice in Wonderland.
The checkerboard. Yeah, I get it. Okay. Aww. Oh.
She doesn't look too pleased at that either.
No. Alice in Wonder. Oh, there's the Cheshire Cat.
So, like, this is the battle sprite of the first form. It's just a floating book.
I love that. Okay. All right.
So, you're probably... So Caster
now I
Nursery
go back
Rhyme
to this?
Here. Yes.
Okay.
Caster Nursery Rhyme is perhaps one of the most unique servants in the Fate franchise. Nursery Rhyme here is less of a hero and more of a living reality marble that is based on the collection of children's stories of humanity. Nursery Rhyme's appearance and abilities can actually vary depending on its master, but tend to take the appearance of its master as a young child. In Fate Extra, it takes on the form of Alice, who you just met, portraying itself as the young girl's twin. She retains this form in FGO when summoned by the player character, though we have seen her take the form of a child version of Minamoto no Raiko.
Oh.
Who I guess you could look at if you want, because you have seen a porn figure of her.
No, thank you.
Okay. Nursery Rhyme also takes the form of the children's book when not appearing as human. The iteration of Nursery Rhyme here is specifically inspired by Alice in Wonderland, and it's followed through the Looking Glass because Alice really liked those books.
Okay.
But it could take on the form of more, in Raiko's case, more Japanese-y sort of like children's folktales or yokai stories.
I do think it's sweet here. It says likes playing chess and sweet tea parties, but dislikes doctors and armies.
I will say, because you'll probably see it in a bit when you get to the relationships, she is part of a trio that includes Jack the Ripper.
And Hans?
No.
Passion Lip?
No.
Paracelsus?
It doesn't say it there, I guess, but it's one of a little mini Jeanne d'Arc we will cover in another day.
Okay, well, I have relationships.
Yep.
Hans. Oh my, is that Hans Christian Andersen? I've gotten a few complaints for him about The Little Mermaid. How could he have ended it like that? Give me a hand, master. To write such nasty books, you're really a bad person. Sorry for disturbing you today, too, but I'll have you listen to my story. Jackie. She's my precious friend, but I know that it's not a good thing for us to be together. Aw. Passion Lip. I feel I've done something bad to her. If we meet again, I wonder if we can be friends this time. Okay, interesting. Oh. Okay. So now I need to find abilities.
Yep.
Jesus. That's adorable.
So, Nursery Rhyme hurts my head a little bit. We can look at her skills, but their descriptions really don't describe who Nursery Rhyme is, because she is a reality marvel. She is the noble phantasm, and that's primarily how she...
Hey, Maxwell would love
anything.
her. Perpetual engine.
Yep. Actually, I think it's good when we click in, or if we were to click into that, it would reference Maxwell's demon.
Localized as Maxwell's Demon Maiden's Empire Queen Glasses game.
Yep.
The story will go on forever, as long as the slender fingers return to the first page, as if picking up the first volume once again, denying reality to the reader. Adorable. Okay. All right. So we do have some skills, though.
Yes.
Territory creation, self-modification, shapeshift, meanwhile. Okay. All right. Noble Phantasm is the Queen's Glass game, and they can create the Jabberwock in the Nameless Forest.
Yes. So I listed them separately here just because there's a lot going on with this Noble Phantasm. Some of which is only because of Nursery Rhyme, and some of which is because of Alice. The main Noble Phantasm is Nursery Rhyme. This is the primary combat function of Nursery Rhyme. She is not just a book fighting, but those that step into her space are within her reality marble.
Aww.
The contents of the marble reflect their master's dreams, and in the case of Alice, it became the Nameless Forest from Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass.
Look at this. It's the Little Mermaid themed.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's Arco Wada again.
Yep. Wada Arco does a lot of Fate Extra characters.
The Jabberwock. Do I get to look at the Jabberwock?
You will. Give me a minute here.
Okay.
So, as far as the Nameless Forest, within this space, her opponents slowly have their sense stripped from them. They will lose their name, their memory, and eventually they fade away into the forest. This can have an effect on her master as well, as in one instance, Alice was morphed into a grotesque monster as she slowly let go of her own sense of self and out of loneliness.
Interesting.
Within that Nameless Forest, her primary fighters are not herself, but her trump soldiers from Alice in Wonderland. They're amongst the creatures that live in the woods. Nursery Rhyme can regenerate these, so while they are weak, they are great for stalling out opponents because they're just in that large a number.
I hate fighting her. I hate fighting Nursery Rhyme. We had to fight her once, and it was awful.
It wasn't that bad till you got to the Jabberwock.
It was the fucking books.
You didn't deal with the books. The books weren't in there.
Oh, no, it was just the Jabberwock.
It was the Jabberwock and the Trump Soldiers.
Yeah, that's it. They were awful.
So the Jabberwock is the single scariest thing in those woods. It is strong enough to cause small quakes in the area around it, and is near invincible unless one has a Vorpal blade.
Long time the manxome foe he fought.
It is practically itself a berserker servant to the point where in Fate Extra, and the Master sees the two Alices, both Alice and Nursery Rhyme, he or she thought Jabberwock was the servant.
Beware the Jabberwock, my friend, the claws that catch, the jaws that snatch.
I believe the next page actually has the Jabberwock already open.
Ah, as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes aflame came whiffling through the tulgey wood and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through, the Vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went glumping back. I actually have the whole poem memorized from a couple years back, so,
And that's our Jabberwocky.
Ah. Nice.
So, the other Noble Phantasm is the Queen's Glass game. This actually derives from Maxwell's Demon and is the Noble Phantasm. As a Noble Phantasm, it makes everything from before even more terrifying. Effectively, so long as Caster and her master haven't been defeated, they can simply reset the conditions of the fight back to the beginning and force a restart in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
You get close to beating Caster, reset. Manage to barely beat the Jabberwocky, reset.
Yeah, I remember. It was awful.
So I actually have some YouTube NPs here.
Ooh, oh, am I gonna need to... Is this one?
This one's fine.
Aww. That was so cute. It was sickening. Come play with us. Come play with us. I like the creepy little Alice in Wonderland coded girls. They're adorable. One pastel, one goth. Die, Nero Claudius.
Alright, next we should have the FGO trailer, I believe.
Okay. Round and round, the door never stops. Right into the bubbling pot. Oh, she's so cute. I bet her and Hans look great together in images.
Probably.
They'd be an adorable art combo. Oh my god.
Vorn is currently using her in campaign, too.
I know. Vorn likes her. Although he doesn't really use her... What does he do with her?
He uses some of her regular spells.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he has been bringing along the floating book. Aww. Kill him! Kill him dead! I believe in you. Aww. Die by Cake and Sweets. I love that. That's so cute.
So this next part we will actually have to cut.
Okay.
Because this, remember how I described that Alice moment?
Yeah.
It's short clip, but I felt it was fun.
Alright.
So what did you think of that?
I love that. That was adorable. Ring around the rosy.
It was very Madoka.
It was.
It is the same studio.
Oh, that would explain it. It was very Madoka.
I was only fine showing this to you because I don't actually intend to put that anime in the hat because the anime I don't think is that good, but that part is the best part of the anime.
Alright. You've got another character?
So this is actually a bit of a bonus here because since we're covering nursery rhymes already, this isn't a servant, but it has so many references to nursery rhymes, I wanted to throw it in here.
Okay.
So go ahead and click into the next tab. We're down, partway down. Meet Alice Kuonji.
Okay.
So she's not even a Fate character. She's Mahotsukai no Yoru. Yes.
I found the penguin costume.
Penguin.
Okay.
Cumberbuckle. But like nursery rhyme, her abilities are based on children's nursery rhymes.
Yeah.
She's also my favorite character from the work, so that influenced me putting her in here.
Of course.
Alice is a mage in Japan that was named after Alice from Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
She is roommates with Aoko Aozaki, who you probably don't remember at all, but it was the woman that gave Shiki his glasses in Tsukuhime.
Okay.
She is very solitary and mostly goes to school and then returns home, not fostering many connections outside of her roommates. That's all fine, but what's important here is that her Magecraft, which is called the Ploy Kickshaw, that casts using various nursery rhymes like Mother Goose. So Ploys are a type of familiar that are made up of fantasies and illusions made real. They're passed down to each successive user in Alice's family. Alice herself has 108 of them. Due to Alice's mother being obsessed with Lewis Carroll, a good number of them are based on nursery rhymes and through the Looking Glass.
Yep.
These ploys are most effective in areas commonly associated with fairy tales, like forests, the night, some more unique to specific and some of these areas are more unique to specific ploys. So the first one I have here is Diddle
Hey,
Diddle.
diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. There's the
cow
fiddle.
Jumped over the moon.
The little dog laughed to see such tricks, and the fish ran away with the spoon.
So this ploy pushes the nearby area to be more fairy tale-like so that other ploys can be more effective.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? The Sisters Grimm. And I know you don't get that reference, but like I'm hoping maybe someone in the audience does. Like commenters. Did any of you read the Sisters Grimm growing up? I don't know how many of you are like the same-ish age as me. But like this really, like the whole thing, this whole episode today reminds me of the Sisters Grimm. It was probably like girls age like 8 to 13 like series. I've got them up there that I grew up with about descendants of the Brothers Grimm, two sisters called the Sisters Grimm.
Fun.
Yeah, and it did take a darker turn on all the fairy tales.
So in places already pretty suitable for ploys, it just makes the ploys that much stronger. And what it is weak to is it's weak to being in city lights and cannot be used at all in front of a train station, which is oddly specific. The next one is called Flat Snark, named after the hunting of the snark.
Yep.
This is one of the 3 great ploys that were made by the originator of the Magecraft. It is extraordinarily powerful, creating a bounded field that changes everything around it into the world of fairy tales. Inanimate objects will slowly become animated. This is best seen in in the original Mahotsukai no Yoru, where it brought an abandoned amusement park to life, where many of the attractions could come to life in wonderful ways to attack its opponents.
Come play with us.
Yes! The only way to defeat it would actually be getting to the ploy itself and destroying it, which is hard because the ploy is the moon. Yep. And it is as far away as the moon, so you have to hit it 380 kilometers away, hard enough to destroy it.
Okay.
The next ploy is Goblin Frond. I don't actually have any origin for this one that I could find. I'm sure it exists, but I thought it would be fun to introduce it. It's a perfume that makes it so that you can only say slang and curse words for a full day.
Nasty. Love that.
The next one I'm not going to have you click into because it does actually contain a spoiler for Robin Hood.
Okay, Robin Rondo.
But if you want to click into the next tab, you can see Robin Rondo's design. So this is
Aw.
Robin Rondo.
Cute.
So Robin here is my spirit animal.
Why?
He is based on Cock Robin, and this bitch has an entire sob side story where the main character gets the idea to listen to it after it bugs him, as the main character wants to try and empathize with it, as it's potentially the last of its kind. Then the thing begins talking and is the rudest, most unapologetically dickish character in the game.
Love that.
Its primary function is to praise its owner and its owner alone. Eventually, it's meant to take a hit in the owner's place as a body double, where it will then die until it can be resummoned later.
I love that.
Just as a fun little factoid, it refers to Alice as the angel mom, and Alice's mother, who created this little fucker, as the goddess mom.
Okay, next I see Scratch Dumpty and Scripps Humpty. Is that Humpty Dumpty?
Yes, these are both Humpty Dumpty.
Sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again.
So this one's a bit... So Scratch Humpty is a bit of a trap where you need to watch the egg or it'll explode and if you take your eyes off of it. If you do watch it, though, it will play a tune as the lyrics are etched into it.
Okay.
When those lyrics are complete, it will then open up and a hand will drag you in, trapping you forever.
Love that. That's not creepy at all.
The trick to beating it is to wait until the song is up and then cover your eyes as it's opening.
Ah.
The other half of that is Scripps Humpty. It isn't as much a trap as a tool to use alongside as a Mystic Eye. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I think it allows for certain effects of Mystic Eyes to be reinterpreted, basically rules lawyering. So the next one is the second ticket. This ploy is a mirror based on the looking glass from Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah, Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah, it's a mirror that allows one to survey the nearby area and a bounded field that it creates. It can also be used to generate portals that one can accidentally wander into, leading to internal worlds that you usually can't make it back from.
Okay.
Even more notably is that it can place a minor ploy called the Nameless Forest somewhere within the city. This is basically just an easily movable bounded field that deters people from entering.
Okay.
Then there's the Six Singing Chocolates, based on
Sing a Song of Sixpence. So, fun fact. Do you know where I know Sing a Song of Sixpence from?
Where?
There is a Three Stooges comedy episode called Sing a Song of Six Pants, where they're tailors. And it's very funny.
So, these things are little bird familiars that can monitor the city for their master. They're pretty easy to kill and often get themselves killed in accidents, like running into poles. The next one is Snow White. Guess what that one's named after?
Snow White, Rose Red.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this just allows... It's just a name, though. This one allows it to snow for a few minutes. But that's about as far as... The name is about as far as the references go. The next one is Sweethearts. Another one I don't know the origin of, but it's one of my favorites of the bunch. Basically, it is an egg that when eaten will replicate the one who consumed it. The real person is then sealed away. The ploy will then proceed to trap a group of people through circumstance in bounded fields.
Interesting.
Where they must play a game. Anyone within the field who laughs will instantly die. I can't recall what decides the means, but I think it was that they either die in the way they want to go, or in a way that was most embarrassing. Regardless, everyone trapped needs to figure out who is Sweethearts, including the person who is Sweethearts. Because the person who Sweethearts is impersonating, will not know that they are Sweethearts, except for when they are taking steps to sabotage everyone else.
Okay.
By making them laugh.
All right.
If even one person figures it out and escapes, everyone else will be revived. Everyone dies in the end. I will note that death on laughter is not absolute. One character did manage to tank a fatal heart attack.
Amazing. Do I get to know who?
Not a character that's going to mean anything to you.
Okay.
Next is the Thames Troll.
Thames.
The Thames
The
Troll.
River Thames.
The Thames Troll. Based off London Bridge.
That was one of the nursery rhymes I was going to mention. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair maiden. Build it up with gold and silver, gold and silver, gold and silver. Build it up with gold and silver, my fair lady.
So this one is a golem that can only be summoned near a river. It has 4 arms or it has 4 forms, that determine its strength based off which form it is in.
It has the 4 stages. Build it up with sticks and stone, sticks and stone, sticks and stone.
Build it up with... It is one of the 3 great ploys, and it's so strong that in the modern day, no mage can actually access stage 3 or 4, which I believe are silver and gold. The next 2 ploys here, and we're getting close to the end, is Tweedledee and Tweedledum. These are a pair of dice that, when rolled, become twins of a different species. They can be humans, waits, penguins, reroll, potlids, or pigs.
Okay.
They have personalities and are kind of psychopaths that enjoy tearing apart and eating their victims.
I love that.
Finally, there's the Wandersnatch. The last of the great 3, it's a fog beast that will consume endlessly.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen much of it. So yeah, that's Alice.
Yeah, interesting.
I need to remind me tomorrow.
Okay. Now I will look at Takeuchi for the first time ever.
Takeuchi is like the original Fate artist in Type Moon.
I know. Oh God. Is there a... There's not like a list.
It's not a list of servants.
Yeah.
You can find a list of servants if you go to the FGO page for like Altria.
And
yeah.
Okay.
You'll have another opportunity to see the servant
Yeah,
list.
alright.
But yeah.
Oh,
the nursery rhyme CEs.
Alright. I got it this time. I didn't go scroll. Oh my goodness! I really wonder what her little book says.
Hopefully it's better than the Dojin.
Maybe it's how to play baseball. No feed. Oh, hey, Ankyo.
That's the mini Raiko.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't even think about it. I just she's got a
figure.
Yeah, from the dual figures. Oh!
There's another one of them that you can cross off. Up there next to Tomo.
Oh! Completely missed it almost. Okay. Adorable. Alright. Oh, we got a lot.
She is one of the older FGO servants. So.
I figured. I don't mind. Again! I'm not going to open it because this is not who it's about. There are so many references to Greek mythology in that one fucking servant. Alright. Powder Sugar Snowtail. Oh, that's lovely.
I'm actually surprised we didn't cover that servant. I really love that servant.
Are they on our upcoming
Oh, almost
list?
definitely.
Okay. A sweet, cold fragment of snow, my gift to you, so warm even on a winter's night. From now on and forever, don't ever forget to dream. Oh. Wonderland! There's the Cheshire Cat! And the Mad Hatter. Well, no, that's not the Mad Hatter.
The White Rabbit.
Yeah, it's the White Rabbit. I think I've been saying Mad Hatter this whole time thinking White Rabbit because I'm an idiot. Hello there, to you who dreams. Look upon me with those young eyes. The world is uncertain, yet the world is kind. Everyone is a friend. The clouds floating there in the sky look like candy. Your sparkling eyes illuminate the world before you. Goodbye there, to you who dreamt. Look upon me with those old eyes. The whole world is clear, yet the whole world is cruel. Everyone has become tired like you. Even candy has become tasteless. The sparkling world is what awakens those eyes. Wonderland is a land full of fairy tales. Rhymes are the lullaby for dreams. Not even worth 1 shilling, not guaranteed to last even 10 years. Eventually, those sweet memories will fade, but sweet pain is needed. Even if you forget about the book, please don't forget what was hidden between the pages. Oof. A moment of silence. A short break for a man who will never stop walking. Even as his knees buckle, his destination flickers and wavers in fantasy. The value of the time he was able to spend with the young girls is enough to make him start walking again. I don't think that's nursery rhymes.
Nursery rhyme's in there. Nursery rhyme's the little girl at the bottom.
Oh, this one?
Jackie is at the top.
Oh, I could not tell them apart, except now I can see it.
You just don't know who the young man is yet.
Yeah. Summer Little. Oh yeah, that's Jackie. And there's Nursery. And is that baby John?
Yep.
Yeah. Summer is here, swimming in the exciting ocean for the first time. The tiny dream that I had mentioned while watching the sunset on that day in winter has come true. From Wonderland. Hot. That's Jackie.
That's actually no, wait. Forgot you. Next.
What the fuck? I mean, that's Jackie. Yeah?
Yep.
A nursery rhyme?
Yep.
Do I know the person in the middle?
Abby.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
I could not tell. A heartwarming military story. Innocent girls make use of many different kinds of weapons to complete their missions. Their enemy, a mechanical silicone creature that arrived from space and kicks off many a battle in the streets. However, this enemy never makes an appearance in this dojin. All that is depicted here is the cute little scenes of the girls picking out their weapons. Drawing their guns and other weapons took too long, so the actual story was left unfinished. Little bullet. Memory of Quaila. Same 3 characters with a tea party. Well, not the same as the last 3, but it's Jean.
The usual trio.
Yeah. Let's take a look in the pot. Inside is a sea of sweet melted chocolate. Let's eat our fill together along with all the friends we love. Valentine's Day is like a sandcastle built on the path of an oncoming wave. Only a little ever remains and only in memory. The wonderful tea party will come and go, but we all hope everyone will have sweet and wonderful memories. Oh. Filler flower. I remember this. Yeah. So, she's got to be, like, back there, I think. Yeah, because that's Florence. I think that's her. But I remember reading this C with another. Blue Sky Academy. Well,
you don't know who most of the people in there are.
I know who... Isn't that Jackie? She's got the scars.
Think so, yeah.
Okay, so here's how I'm telling them apart. Jackie's got a different eye design, and she has, like, blue-green eyes. And then Nursery Rhyme's got the round eyes that are kind of pinkish-purple. And then I don't know the rest. When you learn the name of a flower you didn't know, you enrich your perspective with a new hue. When you reach your destination in the clouds, you expand your world. The many smiles that generate will surely warm our hearts. When you learn a new name, it doesn't expand your hues.
No. I have to learn that name, like, 4 times.
Chaldea Portrait. Okay, so I've seen this one before. Okay, she's up there. But I've seen it before for another servant.
Yeah, because this is another servant's bond. See.
Adventures in the Children Kingdom. Oh, it's the 3 of them again. I could tell because she's got the little pin. And there's the 2 yet.
See what I mean by they're a trio that appears a lot together?
Yeah. I mean, it's the white-haired little girls. Let's go down the big river. Small as our bodies are, they are packed with huge anticipation. Even if the current is rapid, the wind cold, and the sways violent. If we are together with our beloved friends, even this unreliable raft would be the one and only wonderful, luxurious cruise ship in the world. One that is elegant and proud.
I think the Chaldea Children's Club is them, sometimes Abby, and sometimes Bunyan.
Oh, not ever Han?
Hans isn't really
Oh, yeah, because Han is technically a whole grown-ass man.
Grown-ass man in a little kid's body.
Yeah, okay.
For the once where you can actually say that is true.
Yeah. All right. Well, I like Nursery Rhyme.
I assumed you'd really like just some of the references between Nursery Rhyme and then even the ones with Alice you were seeing to get a kick out of.
Well, because I read Alice in Wonderland growing up, and I like Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. It's so much fun to read. It's one of those stories where you're just like, this author was either off his fucking rocker or just understood that, like, children just like
Weird.
made up shit, you know? Like, we like things that don't necessarily, that we can just imagine whatever we want it to be. Do I know what "'twas brillig in the slithy tovs did gyre and gimble in the wob" mean? No. Do I have an image of it in my head? Abso-fucking-lutely. Could I describe it to you? No. Could I draw it? No. I am not that kind of artistically minded.
So, Sekhie.
Yep.
You know what time it is, right?
Stop. Hammer time.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go.
I really thought you'd come in with the Mariah Carey.
Nah, I don't want to keep that thing sealed.
I mean, that's not is that a hint for the next servant?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, everybody, and we'll see you next time.